Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eli. I'm joined by Mr. Alec Chiz, and welcome to the season 32 finale here of PSGL's F6 Championship. If I had one word to describe the atmosphere in this lobby tonight, it would be inevitable. The championship, of course, coming down to the final race between our three, but now, unfortunately, which I will explain to you, two PSGL F6 protagonist, seems to be a script written in the very first race, when we saw our top three all score big points immediately. Now, it all comes down to this. A 28-lap shootout in one of the most tumultuous tracks on the F1 calendar. We're in Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix in PSGL. Chiz, I hope you're excited. I am stoked.
I don't think I've ever been more excited for a race. I am genuinely. The hype has been building all week. Um, I'm really looking forward to this. I really am.
It is going to be very, very wild, I'm sure. I mean, like I mentioned, we have three people in the fight for the championship, technically two. And the reason why I say technically two is because of the fact that we have heard as of today that Snakes, who is sitting second place in the championship, just 5 points away from the lead, is actually not able to race today. So it is between just Zerky and Ruben. And we've seen them have quite some battles all season long. Who are you expecting to come out on top today?
I mean, right. So all season long, fun fact: Zerky has not led the championship until the end of Abu Dhabi. He's got a 6-point lead, which in PSGL terms is big.
It's mega.
Like it's very big. So I'm I'm sure that Zerky will win.
You think that Zerky is gonna snag it today? You know, I'm rooting for the underdog. I think that Ruben is gonna come back today, have the race of his lifetime, and he's gonna end up snagging the championship. That's my little humble prediction. It's all possible. Who knows, right?
It is. Yeah. So it is a 6-point gap. The number of wins, Ruben does have 2. Zerky also has 2. So it's down to this.
Yep.
It really is.
Zerky,
it's going to be a good race.
Yeah. Now, it's funny, also, outside of their wins, Zerky and Ruben both have equal amounts of podiums as well. However, Zerky's 2 podiums were both second place, and Ruben's one was second, one was third. So a little interesting fact as well. I think that's part of the reason why Ruben is, in fact, down in the championship right now. Had he gotten second place that other time, where he got third, he would only be 4 points away, which would be a significantly smaller gap here in PSGL. So, it's a 33% difference that he's missing out on in these points at the final race, which is crazy that in the very final race, it's come down to just such a tiny margin.
Yeah.
I'm not even slightly surprised, if I'm being honest with you. Well, hey, let's take a look at the scene of this margin that we've got. It is Austin, Texas here, 5.5 kilometers, 3.4 miles with 20 turns. Like I said, 28 laps for us here today. We got 2 DRS zones. They are huge, as many of you guys know. The biggest one between turns 11 and 12. It's one of the biggest DRS zones, if not, I believe, actually the biggest DRS straight on the calendar. If you don't count Baku, because it's technically not a contiguous straight, even though it kind of is, because they consider that like kink to be a part of a straight. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
But either way, yes, this is the longest fully contiguous straight here on the F1 calendar. We're going to reach crazy speeds here. But a lot of these cars will be hampered on the downforce because they have to get through those S's turns 2 through 6, where they need a lot of downforce, so they can't quite run super low downforce setups. That being said, Chiz, do you think that we're going to see a bunch of alternate style setups, or do you think we're going to see basically the same thing for everybody?
I'm saying same thing for everyone. I think there's going to be a meta, and there is going to be better, and I think that's what people will go with.
That's a good point. Yeah, there almost always is. It looks like Ruben may have had a little disconnect, so I think he'll be jumping back in here, maybe a little bit late in qualifying. So unfortunate for Ruben, but I'm sure he'll.
How's that going to affect the championship?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I'm sure it won't make too much of a difference if I'm being honest.
It's like the butterfly effect. A butterfly effect. Anything?
Oh yes, you're right. You kill a butterfly in the back in history, and it might change the whole outcome of history, right?
It's not quite. It's a butterfly flaps its wings in like Mexico and causes a what's it called? A tornado in like Eastern Europe or something.
Oh, what the heck? Is that that's a thing?
That's what it means.
Oh, wow. I have known that entirely wrong. I've always thought it was a time travel thing. Like, you go back in time and kill a butterfly, and then, the course of history is forever changed. Wow.
Well, not quite.
Good to know that I was totally wrong about that. Well, hey, one thing I wasn't wrong about is the intensity on track today. We already have a bunch of people going out to go on their laps. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings like we've talked about. Zerky, as we said, sitting up on the top with a 5-point gap between Snakes, who will not be here tonight. So it's just a 6-point gap between the next closest, which would be Ruben. Mike's is unable to score even, I want to say, actually, he's not even able to get top 3 anymore. The top 3 have been decided. Snakes in 3rd, unless Ruben DNFs today, in which case Snakes will actually take 2nd. That's the only way that Snakes will get 2nd. If Ruben DNFs or gets, no points at all.
Which seems unlikely.
Seems unlikely. Actually, hold on a second. Technically, Snakes has more podiums as well, because he's got 3 podiums outside of wins.
True.
So I think Snakes would actually get the win even if Ruben just gets 1 point, because he has more podiums. I think that's the next win condition. So that tie would still go to Snakes. So Snakes technically still in it for 2nd. But again, I'm expecting Ruben to win tonight. So, I don't know if it's very likely.
I don't know. I'm saying Zerky. I think Zerky... I mean, we said from the start he was going to be a quick driver. And he's been consistently up there, and only now he's got into the championship fight. But I don't... Well, not fight, but he only now he's got into the position where he's really fighting for a championship. And I do think that he'll be able to capitalize. He is starting his lap now, so I'll let you take us through.
That is a good point. Let's go ahead and get on to Zerky Cam. I'm going to go ahead and turn on all of my things. Let's get down to Zerky. He looks pretty solid through turn 1. Looks pretty collected. I think he's just going to be throwing down a banker. I don't expect him to be putting much of a push lap down through here. He turns 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6 right here. All look pretty clean. I think he maybe didn't quite use all the track that he could have for turn 6. But he's still hauling. Looks really good on the uphill section. That corner right there, he just goes through right there. Turn 9. Very easy to unsettle the car and get a slide out. He bombs it down to turn 11. Tight hairpin. Definitely goes wide on the entry into there. I think he had more to give. So, yeah, this doesn't quite look like the fastest lap. Yeah. This doesn't
yeah, it's just warm up at the end of the day.
Yep. I think he's just trying to put something down. Put a time on the table and say, all right, I'm here. I'm warmed up. I'm sure the nerves are coursing for him and Ruben. Yeah. I doubt that they are calm right now. I bet you they're both freaking out a little bit. So, Ruben, especially with a lot to prove today.
Also, regarding the constructors, so Aston Martin did in fact win it last week.
Yep.
However, it was very close because Red Bull theoretically could still equalize today, but they wouldn't be able to actually take the lead because if they equalized, Aston Martin would still win. But it's amazing how close that was.
Ah, interesting. I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of close, Zerky makes it close in qualifying. He's just a 10th off from Tomat.
I don't think that was too unexpected. Oh, it's Mike's.
There it goes. That was nice. Mike's. Very nice. Now, the other championship contender, Ruben, is also on a lap. He is in turn 6 right now. Going left. Turn 8. Now he's through turn 9 and now 10. We're jumping back on him right around the spot where we found Zerky, where I was talking about, losing grip. And he looks a lot better through turn 11, that hairpin. Significantly more collected. I wonder if Ruben is going to be the one who shows up with no nerves today. What if he's just kind of coming out there saying, hey, I got it all to prove today, so I'm just going to go out and give it my best. Maybe he's more relaxed.
Yeah, Ruben, from the start, showed he was a winning driver, winning the first round, dominating his second stint. I remember that very vividly. It was all fighting in the first stint, and the second stint, Ruben just went away with it. So he showed that he was up there. Although he didn't have... He's had quite an inconsistent season.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at his results, he then didn't score points in the next race. Got a podium the next race, then didn't score, then got a win, then didn't score. As he spins around.
Speaking of inconsistency, wow. Yeah.
Well, I will just finish what I was saying because it's quite a funny pattern. Because he then didn't. He didn't score, but he scored low. Sorry, I've completely messed this up. So he won. Sorry, he won, didn't score, won, scored low, won. Sorry. I messed this up again. First out of points. Third out of points. First out of... I've done this wrong again. Sorry. Right. Okay. One more attempt. He won, then he was out of points. Then he was third, and then he came sixth. Then he won, and then he came eighth, and then he came second, and then he came sixth, and then he came seventh, and then he came seventh. So,
Interesting. Yeah, it is quite up and down.
yeah, but it's also consistently in the points apart from that one result, so that's why he's up there.
That's a good point. I mean, if you want to look at that same thing with Zerky, I mean, he's also been pretty up and down. He gets, only 7 points his first race. Does get the, fastest lap on his first race, but that's one of his 2 fastest laps. But then from there, second place, then a really low points finish, then a win, then another low points finish, then no points at all, then a win, then low points, mid points, and then a second place. So, he's also been pretty all over the board, and I don't think either of them have really had the most quote-unquote consistent season. I think, especially for their standards, I'm sure they're expecting more out of themselves. But they're at least getting points every single week. -1.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys. I mean, I don't want to almost dismiss what they've done, but they've had relatively quiet seasons compared to that of Snakes or Mike's. That we've seen. But I mean, I'm not. They've still been consistently up there. Obviously, they've both got 2 wins. So,
yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking out Augustin Torlashi. Torlashi, I think, gets not enough love. He's relatively new to the league, and he's been doing a really great job. I mean, if you check him out in the standings right here, he's sitting in 14th. Yeah, he's just been in it, for most of his races. He hasn't necessarily had points, especially not in the last 3, but he did get some decent points for the first 2 races.
He's been very unlucky.
Yeah, he's been pretty unlucky. That's a good way of putting it. He's gotten caught up in some stuff that definitely wasn't on him.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, even since Spain, or no, it was Bahrain. No, in Bahrain he was going to get a podium and then got a lot of penalties.
Yep.
And then got moved down all the way to 8th. Oh, as he gets a lot of oversteer on the exit of turn 1.
Yeah, a little squiggly. I think that was probably the curbing. That red and white curbing is, slippery as soap water sometimes.
Yeah.
And so if you're trying to put the power down, especially coming out of turn 1, it is hard to get the power down this track.
For sure.
How does he not invalidate
apparently
that?
still gone purple.
Also not invalidating that.
Very... Oh, no, he did.
There it goes. Finally, I was like, he's pushing his luck corner after corner. I'm sure it's going to happen eventually, and it was that corner finally.
Who's also on a lap, though, which we should watch, is Ruben.
Oh, he is.
Down in 15th because he hasn't set a lap yet.
Yeah.
Going through sector 1, in through the very fast left-hander, immediately followed by the right-hander, using all of the width of the track through the chicane, up the hill, and going down the hill again. Easy to lose it there. Keeping confidence, keeping the power down, going into turn 9, 10, I want to say. I'm not
11.
quite sure. Anyway, 11, exiting the hairpin. Power down, short shift to 4th, power all the way down. DRS is activated on the very long straight, hugging the inside line of the track, going onto the curb, again down the hill, very late braking, early braking actually, because it's a downhill into this next hairpin. Power down quickly, you can cut a lot of the corner there, into the hairpin, again using all of the track. And then this part of the track I actually really like because it's so good for overtaking with the lines
so
that you
well
can take.
too.
It does, it really does. Onto the flat out right hander now. Tyre temps are going to be screaming. Tyre grip is barely there.
Now this is where he spun it last time.
We'll see what he does for the fast left hander. He does keep it planted, maybe a little bit more cautiously into the final corner now. Slight rear lock up there, exiting the straight. DRS open, and it's going to be P1 with a mighty lap with a 132.6. That is 3 tenths faster than Mike's in second. Zerky is going to be crying right now.
Yeah, he's a full half a second out.
He is also on a lap though.
Yeah, he's on a hot lap, and let's see, he's improved by just 200 so far through sector 1. Was not a purple sector.
I think his sector 1 wasn't too bad last time. It was his middle and last sector where he really lost it.
Yeah, let's see, especially this corner. This is where he really chuffed it last time around. So once again, much tighter on the exit. So much better. That was clinical. I like how the way that they attack that corner is very different between the two of them. If you notice that Zerky takes it a lot tighter on the exit. He basically breaks in the straight line, hard corner, and then flat on the exit, like as much as he can be. Ruben,
he's so much more aggressive through that hairpin as well.
Much more, yeah. Ruben is a lot wider through that hairpin. It seems like he's trying to just control his momentum and be strong, start to finish, versus Zerky is okay with sacrificing entry speed in, I guess, the trade-off for higher exit speed, which I personally, I like that philosophy more as well.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to say, you talked about pressure earlier. I think it's a lot. Actually, I'll bring this point after. So that finishes well.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see how he does. It looks good. Oh, it looked really good. That was beautiful.
P1 with a 10th gap. I was going to say the pressure's going to be a lot more on Ruben, or a little bit more, because, I mean, if you think about who's ahead, it is Ruben. So, I mean, if Ruben wins, Zerky does still have to come second. If he comes third, then Ruben would win because he has more wins. So, yeah, if Ruben wins, Zerky has to come second.
Yes. Yeah,
basically,
it'd be 6 points between the two of them if that happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So he needs to outscore by 6 points. I'll give you a quick run through now, actually. So, if Zerky finishes first, Ruben cannot win. If he finishes second, Ruben cannot win. If he finishes third, Ruben has to win. If he finishes fourth,
Ruben also has to get fastest lap as well, correct?
No, because he would win with the most amount of wins.
Oh, you're right. So a win or, well, actually no, he could get just any win at all would get it to him. You're right. You're right.
Yep. If Zerky comes fourth, Snakes also has to win. My maths skills are failing me here. If he comes fifth, if Zerky comes fifth, Ruben has to come second with fastest lap. Zerky comes sixth. Ruben has to get third with fastest. Oh no, Ruben has to get second. If he comes seventh, he needs third with fastest lap. Zerky eighth. He needs third. Ninth, he needs fourth with fastest lap. 10th, he needs fourth with fastest lap as well.
It just sounds like there's a lot of scenarios where, basically
yeah,
anybody can win.
Me.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of
No,
things
this
that can
doesn't
happen.
make sense.
I think it's just Zerky needs to just get a first or second place.
He just needs fourth because so Ruben has to finish top 4 no matter what.
No matter what.
Or unless he doesn't. I guess unless he doesn't score. No. And if he doesn't score, then he's got to get fifth with fastest lap.
Well, and, those are all pretty reasonable outcomes. I mean, I could see Ruben getting for sure top 3 today. Like,
yeah.
If he doesn't podium, I'll be very surprised. I think the only reason why he wouldn't podium would be because of maybe a crash or something of that sort. So that's really my only guess. That's why he wouldn't podium today. So who knows? Well, hey, we've been giving enough love to these top 2 guys. Let's get some love to this guy, Luca Monaco. He's sitting in second right now. He's looking really good. He's gonna be going into the pits to go and get an extra splash up and get some fresh boots, but he's looking pretty solid today. I'm impressed with his lap times. Nua Yelcorpi, he's looking pretty solid as well. Sitting in 9th right now, 33.130. About 6/10 out from the provisional pole right now. Still, pretty big gap. And Wildy, I believe, is serving a quali ban today, so he's way in the back. So we got Rich Rothi out in the lap right now, and that's it. Everybody else is in the pits, just fueling up and getting ready to go back out there.
Rich Rothi is one of those who I feel like is quick, but he's just got so unlucky.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, a lot of racing, honestly, is unfortunately luck. There's the luck of, when the safety cars come out, there's the luck of, do you get collected in incidents that just are plain and simply not your fault? Sometimes there's a crash 4 cars ahead of you, one car becomes an errant flying object and just happens to collide into you, like, that stuff happens. Yeah. And so I think Rich really needs just to have the best luck of his season today to have a good result. And the luck needs to also favor those top 2 guys for them to do well as well. But it seems like luck has been on their side for a majority of the season. But Rich Rothi looks pretty content right now. Augustine Torlashi is the only one so far not to set a lap. Ed is a new one, isn't he? I don't remember seeing him.
I feel like he's just gone under some different names.
That's possible.
I think I recognize him. I'm not sure. Maybe not.
It's actually very possible. I have Khan, though,
I'm sure
favorite.
I recognize him being an Ed.
Yeah.
I have Khan, the best driver in the league.
Yes, the number 1s. He's actually going to win today's championship. Fun fact, guys. He's got it. He's got it in the bag. No, he's
Some
rounding
extra
around.
points because he's Scottish.
Yeah. He's
I actually had a
Scottish.
can of Iron Brew today, so that actually makes him win the championship.
Wait,
So unlucky, guys.
explain to me what Iron Brew is, the American.
Iron Brew is a Scottish drink, like soda drink, and it's
Oh.
very nice. Although none
Oh.
of my friends like it, and I really like it. I don't know.
Now, if you had to compare it to an Americanized soda, what would you compare it to? Because we are in Austin, Texas right now, so you gotta use American things.
I don't really know. I mean, you probably just put like 3 cups of sugar in a cup and a cup of water and call it a soda drink.
That's a fair point.
No, I don't know. I don't know what like ones are purely American.
Well, there's a
Give me some names.
so there's a very American soda. It's actually very popular in Texas, Austin, Texas, I believe. Actually, it's not quite Austin where the hometown is, or like where the home brewer is. I actually went to the original factory of this place. But Big Red. Have you ever heard of Big Red?
I have not.
Big Red is
That does sound quite nice.
it's disgusting in my opinion, but some people like it. To me, it tastes like cherry cough syrup with a little bit of carbonation. But it's like a cherry soda of sorts. It's very popular in Texas. Very, very, very popular. Along with Dr. Pepper, which I'm sure you've heard of Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper comes from Texas, very close to Austin, Texas, in a town called Waco, Texas, which I was actually just at a couple months ago. I went to the OG
these guys
Dr.
are
Pepper
trying
Museum.
to fight for pole position, and we're just talking about energy drinks.
Isn't that great? Yeah, we're not even energy drinks. We're talking about just plain old soda.
We should probably cut to Ruben because he is starting his final lap going up the hill. Very late braking because it is up the hill. Of course, I'll let you take us through it.
That's incredible the way that he can brake so late. As you know, I know we've talked about it a couple times, but you can hear a little bit of lockup, and that's actually a good thing. In this game, if you're getting just a little bit of tire squeal, it means you're using every extra ounce of grip that you have in those tires. And right now, he is up almost a whole tenth in that first sector. Already purple.
He needs to improve by 900s. He's already got 8 of them, so looking not shabby.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I'll watch Zerky's sector time. Oh, no mind, he's driven past it.
Yeah, Zerky's a couple corners behind. And again, Ruben looks so much more like, widened out through that hairpin versus Zerky, who, let's just take a look at like the way Zerky does this. Look at that. So much tighter on the exit. It's very, very, very different between the two of them. And Zerky's done.
He's abandoned.
Yep. He knows he can't.
Abandoned.
So Ruben, this is all up to him now. He's about to cross the sector marker. He's 1.5 tenths up right now.
1.5 tenths.
This would do it. This would put him on pole position and a serious favorite for today's race if he can go ahead and close this out. Now remember, he spun out. I was gonna say he spun out in the second to last corner, his first lap around here. So let's see if he can keep it stable, not cut too tight. Tomat throws down a little pole position qualifier, but that is nowhere near as fast as this one from Ruben. This looks ridiculous. This is gonna be a 4. 32.4, I see it. 32.382, even better. That is undoubtedly going to be a pole position for today. I do not see Maddie or anybody else coming close to that. That's bonkers. Yep, Luke LaMonaco, he's not on it. Mike's.
The thing is, what does it mean for Zerky, though?
Mike's was so close, but he was invalid on the final corner. Zerky will be in third.
Maddie is 5 seconds off, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate that is.
He's not setting one right now. He's
so Zerky is going to have to settle for P3. I don't know what happened. I've asked him, so I guess we'll find out. But
yeah, it looked like his turns, the couple corners before turn 11, that hairpin, just looked like they were a little bit off. And I think when he dove in at turn 11, I think he lost a lot of time. Because I could see on his exit at turn 11, that hairpin, he was just like, yeah, I'm done. Like you could see it in his driving. He had called it. So that's really unfortunate for him. But hey, that's qualifying. We got Ruben on pole position to start today's championship decider with his rival Zerky sitting in third. Tomat Sobs in second, though. Notice him in the standings. He is nowhere near the top. He's actually down in 22nd. And this is by far the best result he's so far had in qualifying. So huge.
It's once again Danish top 3, just like it was last week.
That's funny. There's a lot of Danes in this league, though. Let's be honest. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
Well, hey, as we mentioned, the top 3, it's Ruben, Sovs, Zerky, followed by Maddie, Luke LaMonaco, 2 Italians, having a good time in 4th and 5th. Mike's in 6th, I have Khan in 7th, the worldy man. Bryn 8th, Nua Yilcorpi in 9th. Mika Bemp, one of my favorites to talk about, is in 10th. Augustine Talashi in 11th. Reach Rathi in 12th. Eamon in 13th. Robbie Van in 14th. And then Ed and Wildy round out the bottom two. Ed in 15th and Wildy serving the quality ban.
Look at the gap between 6th and 8th. It's 6,000.
That's insane. that is bonkers. I mean, we're used to seeing some pretty close gaps here in PSGL's F6, but that's an especially close one, I think. Oh, wow. So that being said, Chiz, do you think we're going to have a pretty intense midfield battle?
Yes, of course. I mean, I would love to see it. It's very close.
Yeah, we keep
Why
giving a
not?
ton of love.
I'm hoping we just don't see the DRS rates and we just see people going for it.
Yes.
Like, it's the last race. Why not?
That's true. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of sends. We keep giving love to the top three guys, but if you take a look at the standings right here, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all within 5 points of each other. That's closer than the top three. So, I do want to point that one out. And then 8th is just 5 points away from that. They're 10 points out. So, 8th being Luke Monaco, I believe. Yep. So, it's all to play for here for everybody up and down the grid. Nobody is determined. No results are fully set in stone yet. We've got 28 laps of drama to decide where everybody will finally come out at the end of this season. And it's been one heck of a season, hasn't it been, Chiz?
It has been. It's been a lovely 2 seasons.
Yes.
For you, Pundry.
Yes. I was gonna talk about the fact that this will be my last race at the end of the race, but for those of you guys that are watching, this will be my last race here in PSGL. For the time
wait,
being.
I didn't spoil it.
You did. You did slightly spoil it, but that's no worries. No worries. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This will be my last race, so we're gonna kick it off with a bang. We're gonna have a great time here. We got 9 seconds until lights do go out. Everybody, get on the edge of your seats. Get excited. We've got a ton of racing here for PSGL in Austin. Let's have a blast. Let's have a blast right here. The crowd, as you can see, the virtual crowd going wild. Just absolutely crazy with their boxy heads. One guy seems to have the boxiest head. The blue suit on. He's pumping his hands up. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 lights are on. And they're off. It is race time. We got Ruben with a pretty solid launch at the front. Looks like Saab's also got a really good launch. Actually, a better one than Ruben. Tomat might be going and stealing the front. He does go and steal the lead immediately before turn 1. Goes wide, pushes Ruben off the track a little bit. There's a little bit of a spin. A McLaren in the back. Looks like it's Ayub Khan. Gets the most unlucky of everybody. And Ruben comes back and takes P1 back from Saabs. So now it's Ruben, Saab, Zerky, Luca, Matty, Bryn. All the top 6 running. That's exactly how they started, if I recall correctly, too. So that's no surprise whatsoever. Luca, Monaco, Matty, and Bryn, actually, they were slight shakeups. Luca up 1, Matty down 1, Bryn up 2. For the top 3, all still the same. Ruben, Saabs, and Zerky fighting into turn 11. They look really, really clean. Look at a really deep dive from Saabs. Very different line right there. That's going to compromise him. Zerky almost had the opportunity to attack.
He needs to get past so he can stay with Ruben. He's going to switch the overtake button on.
Oh, yeah.
We're hoping we'll see an overtake now.
Looks like he's keeping the battery on. Look at him. He's doing the wiggle. He's like, get out of my way. Yeah, he brakes so early.
I mean, I don't think he doesn't want to risk anything. At the moment, I mean, with the 6-point gap, and just because of wins, Ruben would win it. So, Zerky, if you are watching, you need to overtake.
Yes, please overtake.
I'm just going to double check that in case I've just ended up giving him suicide.
A little bit of bumps between Matty. Matty gets shoved off the track by Luca Lamonaco. Now he's down to 7th. Somehow saved it. I think Matty actually may have gotten some wheel spin, ended up coming into the side of Luca Lamonaco, and then I don't know how he saved it, and he's alive.
Matty did just go very wide on the penultimate corner.
Yeah, I think
he gets clear as well. I just want to see if he got any warning. He didn't. Ruben has already got a warning, though. Interesting to note.
Yep. I do want to mention also a little bit farther in the back, right in the midfield, Wildy already up 7 positions from his quality ban. Crazy start. Ayub Khan, Nua Yilkorpi, both in the pits right now getting new wings. They got absolutely clattered on the starts. That's very unfortunate for them. Ayub Khan's actually retired from the race in the pits. He's done. And that is the end of Ayub Khan's seasons here in PSGL F6. It's a tough way for his season to end.
I'm hoping he's back next season. He's been in F6 for the past 2 seasons. He deserves it.
He needs to get a championship in F6, if I'm being honest. I think it's coming.
Nice.
Championship's
Goodbye,
coming
Khan. I hope you're watching.
Yes.
This has happened to him too much recently.
Yeah,
it really has. I mean, yeah, he has not scored points since Canada. So
wow. Where
he actually won on track and then
robbed.
Well, yeah, robbed. I'm still saying absolute robbery. That was not a penalty.
Oh, that's funny. Well, hey, you know, down the grid right there, we got Bryn Evans. He's challenging for 4th place against Luca Lamonaco. He's got the closest gap out of anybody else on the track. I think he might be able to get Luca done if he gets a good exit here. The exit was not there, though. And as you're right, you know, this is a great overtaking opportunity into that corner right there where they just dove. It's turn 15. It's sketchy. Oh, Bryn, a little bit of a tailspin. Loses a lot of grip. Very sketchy, that part of the track, but if you can keep it dialed in, you can make some crazy moves. Bryn does look like he's losing a lot of grip, though, so...
Onto lap 3 now. Sorry, DRS is enabled. Yeah, Tomat is already out of the DS of Ruben. Zerky very close behind Tomat. Zerky needs to get a move on, and he needs to overtake. I mean, I guess ideally he could just sit here and wait until like the final few laps and overtake, but I don't know if he wants to risk it, in all honesty.
No, and I think that Ruben has such good pace here. I think he's going to start gapping out Sovs like pretty consistently. So what I'm seeing right now, and I'll be honest with you, I'm seeing that Zerky does not seem nearly as quick around this track as Ruben is. Like, it seems
I agree.
significantly different. And that's obviously not the track where he wants to be slower, because this is the final track, right? But this seems to be a track where
it's not the end of the world, because, I mean, Ruben needs to start score by 6. And Zerky does have the DRS and the overtake button on now. He is going to pull to the inside, and he's going to make the move before the braking zone. Oh, yeah, that is Zerky into P2, and Ruben potentially starting to fall under a bit of pressure if Zerky can catch up. Zerky does look to be on a roll, and the gap is only 1.4 seconds. So if he uses the battery, 4/10 is not impossible.
Yeah, now also do keep in mind, Zerky has used 30% more energy than Ruben as well. So it's pretty significant, the energy difference. He's dumping some versus Ruben's just kind of chillaxing, not even trying to use any energy at all. So
yeah, but the gap is closing. It's important to know.
He wants that DRS.
So it's just to see how much is Tomat willing to disrupt the championship fight. I hope not at all, but the gap is already 1.1 again. Zerky does set the fastest lap. Zerky looking...
Whoa!
I don't know what happened, but as soon as he's overtaken him, he's looking mad pacey.
Yeah. I think he just needed to be unleashed. I think also Tomat Sovs is having just a bit of a... You know, I don't think he really could interrupt this championship fight, even if he wanted to. Also, poor Robbie Van, he is also out of the race today. He's retired in pits. I don't think, you know, I don't think Tomat could, you know, disrupt the championship even if he wanted to, because I think Zerky and Ruben are just too fast for him today.
Yeah. Right, Zerky is just out of the DRS. He's hundredths away. Not going to get it yet. Ruben using a little bit of ERS to just defend. But yeah, Zerky using absolutely everything. And I don't know if he... Tomat, is he close enough? I don't think he's going to be close enough just yet. And he's saving his battery. Zerky only with 12%. So, yeah, he's very desperate to get into DRS. I guess that shows how powerful the DRS can be.
It's big time.
Willing to, yeah. I mean, Zerky is smart. If he's willing to use all of his battery, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the hard part is, though, you know, if he does use all that battery, and Ruben's still got tons left in the tank, right? Like right now, he's chilling at 70.
Safety car.
Oh, safety car. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, what was that for? Oh, the Haas of Wildy has no front wing.
Oh, that
so
would
now we have a safety car.
That would definitely
that's going to be perfect for Zerky, because now he's in P2. He's going to be within a second, and he's going to get a full battery.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I think Wildy was sitting up in, like, 7th place, too, so he must have had, like, a big spin or something. That's tough, man. He's now looking like an anteater with no wing. Brakes very late. Oh, almost comes to the wall on the pit entry, too. Oh, Wildy almost just had a wild pit stop. He somehow kept the one out. And Augustine Torlashi throwing on the mediums. He is ready to get some pace on. Start flying down this track. He'll be the first one out of the pits, right behind the Alfa Romeo of Emlyn, actually. So he's the second one out of the pits. The next one out will probably be Ed. Then likely Mika Bemp. Then Wildy. Then Nua finally out of pits eventually. Gonna take a little bit of time. Okay, Chiz, we're at a safety car condition now. 5 laps in, 23 laps to go. Is your prediction of Zerky wins still feeling confident, or are you starting to feel a little bit of second thoughts?
Zerky is showing mad pace. I know so is Ruben, and Zerky's also been using ERS. But he's in P2, if he can just stay within the DRS, he's absolutely chill.
That's a good point.
I mean, Ruben has to. I remember he has to outscore by 7 points, or win with 6.
Yeah.
So,
that's a good point.
Yeah. It's close.
Yeah,
It
you
really
know,
is.
obviously my prediction of Ruben getting the win today, I'm still feeling decently confident about it, but not 100% if I'm being honest with you. I think that there is definitely room for a shakeup now. With this safety car especially, this is going to change up the game massively. We're going to have probably 2 more laps of safety car, maybe just 1 more, depending on how quickly Nua can catch up. So we'll see what these guys are going to do after the lights go green again. Because I'm going to be right back. I need to go grab something very quick. You want to take it over for a second?
Yeah, of course. So, right. Zerky is in prime position to win the championship at the moment, so it's really something to keep an eye on. Also, remember, Tomatsovs, Luca LaMonaco, Mike's, all quick drivers directly behind them, hoping to disrupt something, and Ruben needs to just get the power down, and go for it, because he needs to win if he wants to. Well, realistically, at this point, he needs to win and just hope that he gets lucky with Tomat and Luca having some sort of involvement. So the championship is not over yet. It's still very much in fight. Yeah. The only other things going on, Bryn Evans has a 3-second time penalty. Matty has just boxed as well. He is in last now on a fresh set of mediums. We'll go through the tyres because some people did pit. The top 7 are all on 5-lap-old hards. Then 8th to 11th is 1-lap-old mediums. Wildy has 1-lap-old hards. And then 1-lap-old mediums for Noah and 0-lap-old very fresh mediums for Matty.
It's funny because me, as the American, listening to your accent, hearing you say the word lap old, it sounds like you're saying one word, Lepold. And it sounds funny, like it's kind of a French way of saying old. Lepold.
Thank you.
No problem, yeah. Just my own American observation. Oh, aren't you going to miss my American accent misinterpretations?
I am. I'm going to be with some Brit.
Probably, yeah. Someone who can actually understand you. Gosh, that's annoying, isn't it? The same language, but just so different. You know, me saying y'all. I should be saying y'all a little bit more often today because we are in Texas. Also, another very Texas word, golly. And golly, this has been a close race right here. Oh, imagine. Chiz, just a quick question before the safety car goes in. What if the first time you heard me talk, I had a Western accent? Would you have laughed? I
would have laughed. No, of course not. Of course not.
It's funny because all my family actually is from Texas. They're from very close to here.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's your home race.
Yes, it is. Really interesting safety car strategy from Ruben. Did you see how close he was to the safety car all the way up until this corner?
I did not.
He was like right up on the back.
He won't really be able to use that, though, because, you know, the game has like the limiter.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to maybe plan the safety car restart to be right after he gets the last corner.
Yep.
I don't know, but he is kind of varying his speed. He needs to be, if he wants to stay at 40 miles an hour, he needs to stay there. He's varying a little bit too much, in my opinion.
Here we go.
There it is. Oh, a little bit of a squirrely bit right there. Zerky saw that coming. And look at how much he's already getting out of that. It's gotten a couple hundredths immediately. I know he was already ready for that one. It was pretty, in my opinion, it was a pretty telegraphed restart. I could see that one coming from a mile away. And now Ruben has a pretty bad turn 1. Zerky now gaining this a little bit more time, ever so slightly. Let's see how they handle this on the still warmish, but slightly worn down hards. Oh, big mistake from Ruben into turn 3 or 4. Oh,
I can't see Zerky going for any moves, in all honesty. I mean, I think he should, because I think you just have that extra bit of security. Actually, no, I think we will see him going for some moves.
I think so too.
We still have all yellows around the track, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, is it one of the full course yellow bugs? Oh, there it is. Finally, we're back to greens. Okay. It looks like it was.
Never mind.
Yellow again. Emlyn, yeah. Passed up.
Wait, does that mean they can't overtake? Oh, green again. Does that mean they can't overtake us yet?
Oftentimes, yes. Yeah, it's very silly.
Anyway,
very
back to normal.
Yes, we're back to normal racing conditions yet. Not a single color on the track map down on the bottom right, except for the little green specks of DRS protection and zone, respectively. Full or screen. Don't know why I needed to say that, but it did. This is very interesting that we're getting these flag glitches, but no worries. Bryn Evans, Luke Lamonaco trading places. Bryn Evans getting flattered actually on the outside. Pushed away from Luke Lamonaco. Luke Lamonaco up in a fourth now. Bryn down. Mike's right behind them. Look at this little opportunity from Bryn. If he might see a send going into turn 1, or final corner, excuse me. Decides to stay back. It's close. Mike's right up in the tail of Bryn. So close. That 6th, 5th, and 4th battle is very tight, but Bryn obviously rocking a penalty. He's the only driver on the grid right now rocking penalties. Look at the difference between Zerke and Ruben. I think I'm noticing actually a little bit of inconsistency in the braking for Zerke and Ruben, which I'm pretty surprised with. They usually look extremely consistent. Ruben looks especially inconsistent today. So, do you think that might be some nerves, Chiz?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do. I sympathize. That's
Yeah.
a horrible thing.
Especially in a situation like this. Like, you know that this is a big championship. This is their biggest championship of their career so far in F1 League Racing. And it's down to just 20 laps now of hard press. Ruben has to hope at this point that Zerke just gets overtaken. He can't really play games to try to get any farther ahead because a 20-second gap or a 0.2-second gap will make no difference in the points if Zerke's still in second. So,
I mean, if you're going to look at past results at all, Tomac Solves has 4 points and his best finish has been 8th. So statistically, Zerke, I don't think should be worrying too much. This is,
yeah.
I think Tomac is just going to aim for a podium because that would be really good for him.
Yeah, I can see that too. I don't think he's going to try to overtake. I think he's going to want Zerke and Ruben to fight it out themselves. But the hard part is, technically it's not a 2-horse fight out because, as we've been talking about, with the points differential, there's no way for Ruben to win unless Zerke gets 3rd or worse.
Yeah, that's very true.
Ruben should be getting on the comms and asking somebody to send Tomac a coded message.
What he could do is try and back Zerke into Tomac and Luca, because I'm sure Luca would go for it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, even if Zerke was going slow enough, I think Tomac would as well.
Yeah, I think he probably would. I just think Tomac's realizing that, oh no, Zerke looks so strong here. There's no point in me even trying.
Yep.
But that's a good point. I was kind of thinking that myself. Like, could Ruben slow it down? It seems too risky to me.
It'd be funny if both of these guys have their streams unmuted and we're just giving Ruben all the plans and Zerke just shouting at us.
I know, right?
Telling us to shut up.
I mean, like, that's really the only way that I can see it happening. I do see Wowdy actually down, down lower.
There is already a 1.4 seconds gap between Tomac and Luca, so Tomac is the only threat to Zerke's championship at the moment.
Yeah.
And Bryn and Luca are fighting. Bryn with a overtake with DRS in turn 12, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
I was taking a look at Wowdy and Rich Rothie down low. They were side by side for the entire DRS straight, but Wowdy is just way stronger in the brakes. Yeah, I mean, dude, this top 3 is anything but decided. And I'm hoping there's gonna be some shakeup. Maybe somebody making a crazy move. Wildly spins it.
Yellow flags. Is there a chance of a safety car?
I don't think so. He's back up.
Probably not. He's not got damage.
Yeah. Just spin. Wildly is just so unfortunately inconsistent with his power down. He is ridiculously fast. Like, ridiculously fast. Whenever he finishes a race, he almost always gets fastest lap for that race. But his finishing ability is not necessarily the highest there.
I'm too mature. No.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I happen to be on the camera of Maddie, and it looks like he might be trying to make a pass on Emlyn in the S's, which would be insane. Okay, cool. He stays back for a second. It's smart. Would have been very crazy to try to pass him to turn 4. Yeah, for anybody watching that wants some F1 strats, don't do that. Don't ever try to pass people in the S's here on Coda. Just don't. It's just a terrible, terrible idea. It will crash both of you. Everybody will be mad at each other. No one has a good time, But here, after turn 11, this main straight, this is the spot. I think Emlyn has a really good opportunity to get Rich Rothie, who is so far out of DRS. Rich Rothie is sitting duck from his teammate. He's done and dusted. What about Maddie? It's going to be a late dive from Maddie. The Red Bull not having the opportunity that he wanted to make that move. He has to stay back. But still, another one taken down by Or, you know, the one that Rich Rothie had to fall to. And look at a dive from Matty in 11th. Wants the last points position spot, and I think he's got it so far. He still has a car on the inside. Rich Rothie gets some good exit, but now it's almost a 3-horse battle going into turn 15 and 16. Holy smokes. Rich Rothie decided to back out. Mika Bemp doesn't want to back out. He's going to make a dive on the penultimate corner. Mika Bemp playing his best Sebastian Vettel impression. He's passing on the second to last corner here, which is really rare. I make that analogy because Sebastian did that to Kevin Magnussen this year. Remember that pass, Chiz?
Which one?
The one where Sebastian got Kevin Magnussen on the second to last corner at this track. Oh, cracked in the back, Nua! And Rish Rothie. Nua gave no space to Rish.
I was about to say, no, I can't, but yeah. I remember there being hype around it. I don't actually remember seeing it.
Yeah, you should. I would highly recommend checking out that replay. It was probably one of the better passes of the year in the real F1 season. Oh. They've been fighting for many laps, and Kevin was on super old hards. Sebastian happened to have some slightly newer tires and just barely snuck by him on the second to last corner of the very last lap. It was tight. Wildy once again, actually, I think had another spin. So now down in the back again. Yeah, I know,
I've just noticed Bryn is almost in DRS of Tomas, which is very interesting.
Yes, it's a good point. Maybe the top 3 guys are slowing down a little bit. Maybe
let
Ruben
me
is
just
slowing
check
up.
some lap times. Ruben's setting 37.3. Oh, no. Bryn's setting a 37.5, although he has been overtaken, to be fair. But he's also had DRS, to be fair.
Yeah, Bryn now has DRS. He's in 9/10. He'll have it this next straight.
Yep.
Check the energy.
He has also used all his DRS.
Yep.
He's on 10%.
Yep. Tomat, Zerky, Ruben, all 50 plus.
Tomat and Zerky are exactly the same. Although, as Matty's the fastest lap. Mediums.
He does have the freshest tires right next to Nua Yolkorpi. Equally as fresh. Actually, no, Matty's are a lot fresher than Nua. Zerky, is he playing the long game or is he just unable to catch? It feels like he's unable to catch.
Long game. I'm saying long game.
I love the faith.
He's got DRS and he's got energy and he's choosing not to use it. Well, he's choosing not to use energy. And if you look, he's already got a 1 second gap to Tomat, pretty much.
That's a fair point. But again, Zerky just needs one mistake, or a safety car needs to come out at just the wrong time, and this race is all but rejuvenated. It turns into an entirely different event if there's one safety car. Oh my gosh, I want that so bad. I want drama.
Who do you want to win? I know we're not supposed to be biased, but who would you say you want to win?
If I'm going to be honest with you, I can confidently say I actually don't have a want to win this time around.
Fair enough.
A majority of times, yes, as you say, we're supposed to be unbiased, but we're humans, right? We all have a favorite basically every single time, but so far this season in PSGL's F6, I would say maybe my favorite was actually Snakes, and he's not here.
Yeah, I would have said the same.
So, I'm at the point where I just want to see a good race, and we're getting that right now. Bryn has decided to go in pit.
Oh, okay, I thought you were the second. Never mind.
Interesting. Yeah, he went in pit.
I think they both deserve it a lot. I mean, Zerky's been in the podiums a lot. Well, I said a lot, 3 times. Ruben as well. Well, 4 times. Actually, no, 5 times for Zerky, 4 times for Ruben. I think. Actually, it might be the same. I have the results. I can't speak apparently. Right. They both have 4 podiums. Yeah. So they're both up there. They both deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're both incredibly good drivers. I think that it's whoever, may the best man win type of thing today, and it just happens to be with the points advantage. Right now, Zerky, has the points advantage because he's had a stronger season, as it is, of course. But in today's race, right now, the stronger one is looking like it's Ruben as of right now. But again, we're only just about to get to the halfway mark at the end of this next lap, not the one we're on right now. At the end of the one after that, we're at the halfway mark, so we've still got a ton of time left in this race. Monaco and Augustine are hustling it out. Monaco actually gets passed up by Augustine.
I think if I had to pick, I would say Zerky.
You would?
I do think he's just had that little bit stronger of the season.
Yeah.
It's very close between the two.
I mean, he's had a 6-point stronger season, right? Because 6-point advantage.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he has had a slightly stronger season, but again, it all comes out today. Augustine catching 3 seconds. Everybody in 4th, 5th, and 6th all having very suboptimal lines. I'm watching. They're fighting very hard. And many of them catching close to penalties. Ed might make a pass here. Ed is going to make a pass on Luke LaMonaco. Luke LaMonaco is getting dusted right now. Losing position after position. Ed deep dive into turn 1. Catches it back up, and he is back on the pace. Lion. At the top, look at Tomat Saab's 2 seconds away from everybody.
I was just about to say that. It's a big gap, and that's... I mean, Ruben needs to slow Zerky down. There's only 14 laps. To be fair, they do still have to pit, but...
Yeah. That's a question, yes. Who do you think is going to be stronger on the alternate tire? I'm guessing it's probably going to be mediums for these guys. Right around lap 19 is my guess.
I think they're going to be dead the same. I don't know.
It's hard to tell, man. They seem so even today.
On the softs, I think we saw Ruben.
Yes.
Quicker.
Yes.
But it wasn't by much. It was by a tenth or two.
Yeah, it was quite a thin margin. I agree.
Yeah. Definitely be close.
I really don't think that this race can be decided until really after that pit stop. I think these guys, as you're right, they're probably just taking it pretty chill, letting their nerves not get to them, which I think is pretty impressive. Ruben is holding 20% more energy than Zerky, so Zerky has to use a little bit of energy just to keep up. That's also part of what I'm thinking as well. Why I think Ruben might be a little bit stronger. It seems like he hasn't needed to use the energy versus Zerky, who's definitely needed to use it to stay in contention. So needed the energy and the DRS just to stay with him. Augustine lets Luke LaMonaco go in the pits. Yep. Let's see if he puts a wing on. Brandon, he might have some damage. I'm not sure, but I'm sure he's going to get just some mediums and call it to the end. Yep, fresh mediums. Now, that's going to go to the end. That's a long time for mediums. That's 14 laps.
Ruben has just gained about half a second on Zerky. Zerky having to use a lot of ERS there just to keep up. I wonder if we'll see him in this lap because his tyres must be shot.
Good chance of it. Very good chance of it. Remember, we're only about halfway through the race, and so if your hard's already shot right now, imagine what your mediums are going to be like at the end.
That's true. That's true.
They will be non-existent. They will literally be mush. Yeah, graining will be the least of your problems. Wildy has DNF to the pits. He's done with his season. We're down to a 13-horse race here. Out of those 13 horses, 5 of them do have penalties. Let's take a look at what those penalties are for everybody. I'm curious. 3 seconds across the board, except for Bryn, who's rocking 9. I wonder how he did that. Probably corner cutting. My best guess. Pretty good guess, isn't it, Chiz? Pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Wildy's car is coming back on track, but it's just going to retire at the end of turn 1. So no worries on these drivers.
I don't know. Is Zerky potentially struggling for pace now? I'm not sure. I think he just might have made a mistake last lap. Are we going to see him in the pits? Ruben is into the pits, and Zerky wasn't going into the pits, but then has decided to do the same.
Doesn't want to get undercut. I understand that. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Now, what if Ruben happens to actually have a bad entry?
I think Ruben's going to get held up. Ruben's going to get held up. Oh, no, he's not.
No, we don't have that that immersive pit
thank
stop
God.
thing.
I think that'd be horrible.
They're even Stevens right now. Down to just a 10th between them. Or sorry, 7/10 between them. Now, here's the question. Are they going to come out into traffic?
Yes,
oh, Zerky in the traffic with the Williams alongside.
Both of them. Oh, no. Noah's going to decide the championship here.
It's funny how a Williams always decides the championship, huh? Park in 2021.
Williams gifting another Red Bull a championship.
That's so funny. We can't hear your British bias.
You know what so much annoys me? There is no British bias.
I agree.
There is no British bias.
I 100% agree.
It's just people making up. Anytime they say something good about Hamilton or bad about Verstappen, oh, British bias. No.
Yeah.
Stop talking. Be quiet.
It's what we call copium.
Yeah.
Mega copium. Hey, speaking of copium, I think Ruben's going to have to put some... Oh, my gosh, look at that defense from Bryn. That was so dirty. Holy Hold on a second.
Under braking.
That was nasty.
Under braking.
That was bad. I would happen to be on
Play for
Ruben's
Rubens.
camera.
Keep that quiet. Same.
My
Oh my
gosh.
God. I'm gonna clip that and send that
Yeah.
to Ruben because that.
That was bad. That was really bad. So Ruben now being held up by Mercedes, who's got no energy. 3-lap old mediums, 9 seconds of penalties, may I also add. Is this some crazy collusion where he's holding him up so Zerke can catch back up? I don't know if it's, that much of a conspiracy or not. Look at him dive the inside. That is the most egregious defending I've seen. And then he goes back to it again, and he makes a third move. That was 3 moves into braking right there from the Mercedes. Bryn is driving nasty right now. Going to close the inside off again. Ruben still having to stick behind Zerke, just watching
Bryn, if you're listening, take a chill pill. He's slowing him down so much. He's like so much slower than you normally would.
Yeah. That's bad.
I mean, I don't think he's trying to interfere with the championship. I genuinely think he just wants to do it for himself. Because Bryn has pits. So, yeah, I just realised that Bryn is completely undercut. He's now fighting. This is for the win.
Yeah. So he's just straight fighting. He's got no energy. He's done right here.
He's got
There's no
9
way.
seconds of tyre penalties.
What was that? And then pushes him onto the outside. Oh, he bumped him. He literally bumped him.
Yeah,
I'm not stoked about that. I'm not stoked about that. That's bad racecraft.
That's not very nice.
No.
Bryn did join us halfway through this season. He actually did a really good debut, I remember.
He did, yeah.
But, bro, don't fall off now, please.
Now let's see if he does the same level of defense against Zerke. What's he trying?
Yeah.
Look, he almost tried to dive it.
I don't know.
What is going on? This is wild. I'm just curious to see what level of defense he's going to put up against Zerke.
I just hope he doesn't take him out. That's all I really care about.
Yeah.
Because that would be so horrible.
Yeah, that'd be rough to watch.
And that'd probably be a lifetime ban from PSGL, undeservedly so.
Yeah, it'd be bad. Now, let's see what Bryn's got. He's going to have the DRS advantage, but Ruben also has DRS,
He's using
actually.
all of his battery.
Oh, yeah. He's attacking these corners like he's trying to line up for passes when they don't exist. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
So there's a psychological thing you can notice in a driver when they're on the aggression, and it's the way that they attack the entry of a corner. Almost every time, you'll notice that if a driver has it in their head, I'm on attack mode, they turn in just a little bit earlier. It's a very interesting thing to notice. Bryn now on 12 seconds of penalties, but you'll notice that, like, driver psychology-wise, if they feel like they're supposed to be on attack, they've pre-committed themselves to saying, I'm in attack mode, they'll turn in early, almost every time. So take a look at that from Bryn. Watch the way he turns into this next corner. He feels like he's on attack mode still. Stress will also make you do it too. It's very interesting. He'll turn in early. Like I said, turn about 5 meters early. Every time. He's going to turn in early again here. Look at that. Such tight, way tighter line than Ruben.
You're right.
And look at him. He's losing grip now, too. He's making the same mistakes. Again, very early turn in for turn 15. Very interesting thing to watch. And there's the spin. Bryn overdoing it.
Karma,
he wanted so hard.
I'm saying it now. Karma.
That's karma,
Instant
yep.
Karma.
Oh, that's rough. Now, Augustine Torlashi is going to be going against a warm, tired, aggressive, pissed off Bryn. Augustine looking for the move right there. Going to look for the outside, the inside. Bryn holding. Look at the dive. Augustine alongside now with the Mercedes and the McLaren fighting it into the first corner. Now down the main DRS straight. Bryn closing him down towards the inside of the corner. Augustine going to have the better line. Bryn goes wide again. It's so tight. Almost switched back so you can see it's nose to tail. But the McLaren gets ahead. And back up the top, Zerke is now closing down. It's looking better for Zerke now. He's got some better pace in this stint, doesn't he?
It is. He's also, actually, no, they're both using their battery quite a lot, so I think he is going to have the DRS now.
Yep, he should.
Yeah.
Yep, he does.
Now he just has to stay within a second, not make any silly mistakes,
Yeah.
and the championship could be his.
Tamat Sobs, though, now down to 3 seconds away. It's far for Tamat. He's pretty far away. Oh, such a tight corner for Zerke. What? Could you do me a favor and take a look at the warnings that they both have? I'm curious.
Of course.
I feel like I just saw Zerke get another one.
We'll start with Ruben. Ruben has. 1. 2. Oh, yeah, I guess he only has 2. There's quite a lot of warnings. Well, all along the grid.
Yeah, Bryn and Augustine actually are fighting really hard right now.
Yeah, Ruben has a lot. Zerky, I don't think has any. I haven't seen him. Yeah, no, he has none.
Zerky has none?
Zerky has none. Ruben has 2.
That could make a big difference.
It could.
If Ruben
Only
gets
8 laps
one,
left.
Yep. Ruben just gets one more warning. That's it. Oh, look at Augustine down the inside of the Mercedes again into turn 1. It's neck and neck between these two. They've been fighting it for like 2 laps straight, and they might go side by side through the S's. No, they decided not to. Thank gosh. I was very scared for them. We would have seen a safety car almost certainly after that. If they would have decided to do that. Great composure from Augustine. He knows that Bryn has so many penalties. But Bryn is slowing him down. Like, it's pretty evident Bryn is not as fast. He seems awkward right now. So.
Yeah, and Bryn has 18 seconds of time penalties.
Oh my gosh.
I do kind of feel like he is taking the mickey a little bit now.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, hold on. So for those that aren't British, could you explain that phrase, taking the mickey?
Well, I was gonna say a swear and then I decided not to. It means you're just I don't know how to describe it. You're just joking around.
Oh! There's the tap. How does Augustine lift it? I don't know, but Bryn is just on it. And Maddie, look at him go! Takes the opportunity.
Oh, nice!
Woo-hoo, what a dive!
Bryn's
gonna be
like
pissed about it.
Piss. I don't know how to describe that phrase.
That's a good way of putting it. And there goes Bryn
I
again.
don't know how else to describe it.
That's
Sorry,
fair.
there's a fight going on.
Oh, yeah, it's a 3-wide tussle for 7th, 8th, and 9th right now. And I think all of it's instigated by this guy, Bryn Evans, in the Mercedes. This Silver Arrow is absolutely on a tear right now, trying to put the aggression on.
He's going to retire.
Yeah. Either
I don't know why he waited so long.
Yeah, 10 seconds, and he just spun into the pits. Yeah,
I can't lie, I'm not too happy with him today.
I'm not either. That was the way that he drove against Ruben was unacceptable. So, you know, I'm sure that there's an opportunity for a reprimand by the stewards, because that was egregious. That was too much.
Yep.
Well, speaking of an egregious, look at that lead that Zerky has on Tomat. That's egregious as well. I feel bad for Savs. He's almost 4 seconds away now. Zerky and Ruben just playing a game of their own, having a good time at the top. 9 laps in it.
I don't think Ruben's having a good time. I think Ruben is going to be very scared and very sad.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, he needs Zerky to have a mistake, or he needs a safety car, and then Zerky to get under pressure from Tomat, Mikes, etc., etc. Without either of those things happening, Zerky will win today. He will win the championship. Oh my gosh. And again, Ruben needs to just not get one corner cut. And if he gets one corner cut, then it's almost guaranteed that Zerky will win the championship. It would be mind-boggling if Zerky did not. But you never know, you know?
Yeah. That's very true. Very true.
I'm sure Zerky came into this race already doing the math, knowing where he needs to finish.
Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who comes in and wings it, you know? So I'm guessing he's ready to go for every possible scenario for today.
You know, I just feel so bad for Snakes. I really do.
Yeah, man.
He really did deserve the championship.
Yeah, at least he deserved a shot, you know? I wonder what would have been different about today's race. Ooh, Maddie and Augustine, they're fighting. Augustine makes a 3rd move. That was, again, dirty. I don't like this, man. I'm a 2-move guy, and I don't think these 3-move moments are good luck, you know? I see Maddie glitching out like crazy, though, so that's also important to know. Augustine's connection looks a lot more stable. Maddie bounced around the track like a trampoline, so I'm a little concerned about his.
Surprised I haven't had the chat open, so I've missed a bunch of chat messages.
Oh,
so I don't know how old these are. But Ruben's ERS is currently 32%.
Yes.
There you go. Next, I don't know. Well, I think that was quite a while ago, but there we go.
Yeah, we're on to that Zerky-Ruben battle again.
Well, why would he said he was going for a last to first? Oh, that did not age well.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, that's tough. I wonder if he heard us talking about him and he was like, I'm done with this thing. It's possible. Who never knows? Augustine getting passed up by Maddie. It's a little tussle in the back between those two. Oh, and Ed's, I think, getting in it
there you
as
go.
well.
There's a link to the standings if you want it.
Okay, Chiz, we're into the business end of this race. About
We are.
5 laps to go as they're rounding the final corner, turn 20. Excuse me, I was gonna say 19, turn 20. And it's looking pretty good for Zerky. Still, your predictions are looking
Pretty good. Pretty good.
solid. Yep. I did say Ruben would win this race.
Yeah, I think he will as well.
Yeah, it's looking like he will, but it's just the question of can Zerky hold that in almost 4 seconds out between him and Sovs, or more than 4 seconds out between him and Sovs. It's just, it looks inevitable, you know? As I said, that was the word that I was going to describe this race, right? Inevitable. Yeah, that's funny how that works out. All the other gaps, though, are pretty massive besides Ed, Augustine, and Maddie. It's the only battle on track right now.
Yeah, I've been watching Zerky for the past 23 laps. I'm just waiting to see what happens between him and Ruben. That's all my mind's at the moment. There's championship. I know you guys, you're looking at the midfield and stuff. I am just focused on what's happening here.
Yeah, I'm curious, about this midfield stuff still, because there are still points to play for, and though there's not prize money and that kind of stuff, it's still bragging rights to say, if you came 4th in PSGL's F6, that's a big deal. So there's still bragging rights up for grabs right now, and Ed, Augustine, and Maddie all trying to brag for the best position here in this final race. That best position is 6th between the 3 of them. It's still tight, but everybody else, huge gaps. I don't even want to look at Nuala Yokorpi. He is lapped already as well, so he has had a tough race.
For sure. 5 laps to go. The sprint has started.
Yeah.
Zerky 7/10 behind Ruben. Zerky 4.6 seconds ahead of Tomat. Tomat looking really unlikely. It's very unlikely to happen now.
Yeah. Now
Ruben can just pray for a spin or something.
Now there's one thing I do want to mention as well. The safety car will not be able to come out after lap 26, no matter what.
Yep.
So we've got just 2 more laps for people not to crash, and then at that point, Zerky is safe.
If you're Matty, and you're in a VC with Ruben, and Ruben knows there's something that's got to change, are you
thinking crash gate?
Are we thinking crash gate?
Oh no!
I hope not, because that would be very unsportsmanlike. That'd be very, very unsportsmanlike.
Yes.
But is it an idea?
I was gonna say we don't need any more unsportsmanlike conduct happening in PSGL. Stupid cheaters. Anybody that ever thinks about that stuff, by the way, just quit the game. Just want to say that. Just quit. Yeah. Quit playing anything competitive. You've got no bones. No spine. Yeah, that still bothers me like crazy that it's happened so much. For those of you guys that are wondering what we're talking about, obviously the cheating that's gone around.
We're not supposed to talk about this, Punju. I will have to interrupt you here.
Oh, actually, do you know that? missed the bulletin. Well, hey, what we are supposed to talk about is this top 2 battle still. We got 1 lap left until the safety car is forced in for the rest of the race. Oh my gosh, Zerky. I think he might do it. Wow, it is so close. Again, just Ruben's on the prayer game right now. Hope he's religious, because now's the time to pull that card out and start praying.
Christian Horner said, we will need a miracle. Are we going to see a miracle?
Oh, yeah. We'll need a big one. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. I mean, the miracle that's closest to him is 4.8 seconds away, and that's Tomat Sovs. And that's just far away. I do want to take a look at those penalties as well. 3 seconds all the way across the board, except for Nua on 6. Everybody except for 4 drivers has a penalty. So 8 drivers with penalties right now. That's hard. That's hard to watch. But then again, it is Coda. I mean, those S's, they are penalty,
It's tough. It is tough.
Yeah, it's a penalty ground like nobody's business. So it's tough to keep it clean this whole way around. Ruben, he's still sitting on 2 penalties, isn't he? Or 2 warnings.
Ruben is... Yeah, he's going to be on 2. Zerky, I think, is still on 0.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, no, he got 1. He got 1.
There we go.
Lap 24.
Uh-oh.
The egg has crashed.
Yep, it's cracked. However, speaking of what's cracked, we've cracked the barrier. No more safety car available for tonight's race. It is down to these last couple laps.
Ruben is going to be just hoping for a mistake, a spin, something that Zerky is going to lose P2 for.
Yeah, and I don't see it happening. I mean, you know how I was mentioning that when a driver is mentally committed to attack mode, they start turning in early?
Are we seeing that?
Not even slightly from Zerky.
Oh.
Not even a little bit. He looks so content. He's like, yeah, I'm fine with this. Don't need the on track.
I think he is sweating like mad, in all honesty.
I think so too, but he doesn't look like he's on. See, look at that. Like, that's very normal from the way he's always taken that corner.
That's true. That's true.
I think a better corner to be able to like really see how early they attack. It's not this next corner, turn 12, but it's turn 13. That's a very good spot to tell. Like, oh, did they like really try to attack that early or not? I mean, even then, it looks pretty lackadaisical on entry right there. He is gaining a little bit of time to Ruben. I do want to mention that. But look at that. It's very calm, cool, collected. He's not trying to play attack mode. He's just trying to get through the race. 2 laps left to go, and he's making it happen. However, down low, it's Ed and Augustine. They're battling into the turn 12. Almost a little bit of a switchback. There's a spun-out car of Luca LaMonaco. He loses a bunch of positions. Luca was sitting up in, like, the top 5. He's now in 8th. Huge spin. Unfortunate for him. I think it was just on the power. But Ed and Augustine, they're on a tight little battle as well. 6th and 7th.
As we are starting now, the penultimate lap. Oof. I am probably even more nervous than these guys right now. I don't know what we're gonna see. I mean, it's tense. It really is. Even though, I mean, Zerky's just got to keep calm.
Yep.
He can't make mistakes, and I'm sure that pressure of not making any mistakes with the little amount of time left is going to be so high. I'm going to just watch his warnings.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Still only got 1. Ruben also obviously still on 2. I mean, Zerky would have to get what, like 9 seconds of time penalties if you were to lose his position.
Yeah, it had to be mega.
It's mad.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen, and really all the only opportunity is for a potential spin. Ruben is now pushing as hard as he can. You can see he's dumping all of his energy too. He's like, hey, this is my last ditch effort. Can I maybe gap him out just a little bit? But it won't matter. Like I said, 20 seconds or 2/10. If Zerky's sitting in 2nd, it's all that matters. So Ruben, I think maybe just pushing a little bit extra hard just to see if maybe it'll make Zerky make a mistake. Try to keep up, but I don't think it's going to work. Zerky just seems so mentally dialed in.
Ooh. We just Zerky just got
I know, yeah, you saw that little wheel spin right there? That was almost me speaking a little too soon. Big corner cut right there. It doesn't get invalidation, but he definitely went all the way over the curb. Wow.
He does, as we do start the final lap of the season.
Oh.
It's been a good one. Zerky is just latching onto DRS.
Barely
I'll let you walk us through this final lap.
Yep, it's going to be an absolutely wild one. This is just Ruben's opportunity to finish off the championship and Zerky's opportunity to win the championship. They only have about 15 more corners left to go as they're rounding through the S's here in Austin. Ruben has done the best race of the day. Zerky has done the best championship of the year. And it's all down to just this last little moment. Obviously down lower, there are still some smaller fights, but the one everybody's watching is this one between the Red Bull and the Aston Martin Premier drivers. Ruben looks very comfortable. Zerky not trying to push at all. He says, hey, I'll just hang out back here. He's a whole second behind, does not care. He says, Ruben, go ahead and take the win today. I'll take the championship. The bigger medal, obviously, is that championship crown. Ruben might be coming home with a single medal, but Zerky will be coming home with a trophy. And I think this is going to be Zerky's best result as a champion in PSGL in general. I believe this is his first championship of his career. I am so excited for him. They just have a couple more corners to go to finish this off. Ruben has fought brilliantly, but it has not been enough. And Zerky, with just 2 more corners to go, is going to be your PSGL F6 champion if he can keep it clean and not lose 6 seconds. And he doesn't. Ruben comes home for the win of the day, but Zerky wins the championship for PSGL's F6 here in Season 32. What a drive from the Aston Martin. What a season. Holy smokeroli. Well done to him. And Aston Martin, not just the driver's champion, but also the constructor's champion as well for this season. Incredible result. Tomat Saabs brings home in third. Best result of the season by a huge margin after getting second place in qualifying. Mike's in fourth, Maddie in fifth. Augustine comes home in sixth. Ed in seventh. Mika Bemp in eighth. Luca Lamonaco in ninth. And I believe Rich Rothi finally rounded out the top 10. Wow, Chiz. Wow. You were right about the championship.
Wow. Man, that was tense. I think Zerky massively deserved it. But
yes.
Yeah, I mean, they did great, all of them. They should all be proud.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think Zerky definitely did deserve it. Obviously, Ruben put on the drive of the day, I would say, but Zerky, it's not about the battle, it's about the war, and Zerky wins the war of a full championship. That was incredible, absolutely incredible for him. Oh my gosh.
Zerky just wants to wait 2 minutes.
That is fair. Let's see if we can get Ruben in here or Tomat Saabs.
Zerky wants to watch the F4 finish. Fair enough.
That is fair. That's very fair.
I mean, he might be there next season, so,
That's true.
Not exactly unexpected.
We saw last season's F6 champion move up to F4.
That's what I was thinking. I wonder where he finished in that, actually.
Yes, being Rishon. So
actually, let me have a look.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how Rishon's going to do. But we are in F6 right now, and again, Ruben, great race from him.
Rishon
pole
is in
position
P7.
as well. Fastest lap did go to Wildy once again. I knew it was going to happen, but obviously he DNF'd. Brendan Wildy at the back DNFing. The top 12 all finishing. That was incredible. That was wild. Oh, Bryn gives us sorry, everyone. Uh-oh. Oh, interesting.
Rishon is actually fourth in the championship. Wow.
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Well, let's see if we can get
Zerky is in the waiting room, as is Tomat.
Oh, sweet. I'll go ahead and pull Tomat in first.
Okay.
Mr. Saabs, how's it going?
It's going good.
Dude, what?
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on your best finish.
Thanks.
By a huge margin of the season.
Yeah.
Wow, how are you feeling?
I am feeling incredible. It's the first race where I've had proper luck. No big mistakes or getting hit or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, I mean you've had some pretty bad luck throughout the season, so it's good to finally see it come your way. I knew you had the pace from the moment I saw you start in the season, but it's just it's one of those things where racing is it's a lot about skill, but there is a luck element involved, and unfortunately it just never really fell your favor until the final race, which at least it happened at once.
So I'm happy to finally be able to show my pace and show what I can do.
Yeah,
and
you had a great race. And P2 in qualifying too. Did you feel pretty solid in that qualifying run?
More than solid.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Do you think you had it in you to get that extra couple tenths and maybe steal P1, or was that the best you had?
I definitely did.
Wow.
It felt very scuffed, like a lot of weird lines just carrying speed. So if I had composed myself through the lap, it would have maybe been a bit better.
That makes sense. Well, I mean, I still think it was a great qualifying lap. Obviously, put you in second place, and and then obviously the finish. I saw there was a moment where Bryn came out in front of everybody, and I think you were just witness to watch that battle with Bryn and Ruben, and then consequently a little bit with Zerky as well. What were you thinking when you were watching that battle?
He was a bit terroristic, but that's about it. That's about it.
It was a little wild, huh?
Yeah, just some terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nothing crazy. Just hoping that someone would spin, maybe get P2.
Yep.
But it's perfect.
Well, I think you had an amazing race, and seriously, great way to finish off the season. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to
Hope
see
to be better next season.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how you do next season.
Yeah.
Alrighty, amigo. Yeah, of course. I'll let you
always,
go.
Always good to have you guys commentating. Makes it more fun to drive.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, by the way, this was actually my last commentary here for PSGL. So
no,
you won't hear this American.
That's why we have the drip today.
Yes, exactly. That's why we're dripped out. But Chiz will be back next season.
I will.
And he'll be
That's
holding it down. Yes. So
Yeah.
Well, Tomat, thanks again. That was great, and I'm excited to
Yeah.
keep watching your racing, man.
Thanks for commentating.
Yeah, just because I'm not commentating doesn't mean I'm not watching. Believe me, I watch a lot of league racing, so I'll be
Yeah,
seeing
good
ya.
to hear.
Yes.
I'll be in your streams.
Wonderful. I'll see you around then.
Yeah.
See you later, my friend.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, it's time to get Ruben in here. I'll pull him up. Mr. Ruben, what a race. Congratulations on your win for the race. And insanely close championship. How are you feeling after that race?
Yeah, absolutely amazing race. Sad I couldn't get the P1 championship, but that's just how it is.
Yeah. I think it was one of those where, you did all you could do. You came and showed up and did your job. And the hard part was you were in a position where no matter how well you do, it was actually more up to somebody else doing poorly, which is just something you can't control. But everything that you could control, you controlled brilliantly. That was a seriously dominant race, man. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, Chiz.
I was say congratulations and commiserations because you drove great today and you have done all season. As Punji said, it was all down to what Zerky did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very, very close in the end, championship. So
Now I have a question for you.
exciting.
If Snakes would have been able to make it back for the race today, do you think there could have been a significantly different result?
I don't know. Yeah, we can't know because he didn't show up. So.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you seemed dominant from qualifying all the way to checkered flag, and so I was mentioning to Chiz early on in the race. I was like, yeah, Ruben's gonna win this race for sure. I saw you just come out the gates flying. Even after that spin, I was like, yeah, I see you pace. So, the way that you recovered your qualifying session was absolutely brilliant and seriously great season. You had an amazing time, and I'm excited to see what you do. For the rest of your career, you've got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and again, congratulations on
Thank
second
you.
place in the championship. Absolutely mega. You beat Snakes.
Yeah.
There you go. You took them out. So you three were the top three, no matter what, no matter how you guys finished after today. Nobody could catch you three. So great job. Seriously, all four of you guys.
Yeah,
Alrighty,
thank you.
Migo. I'll let you go,
Well.
and we'll see you soon.
Congrats.
Thank you, and a great
Thank you.
commentary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
Bye.
Yeah.
See you, mate.
Bye.
All right, let's pull our champion in here, Mr. Zerky. Congratulations on your championship. P1 of the year. How you feeling?
I'm feeling very good.
I would hope so. It was I was mentioning this to Ruben just prior, but it was one of those races where he could show up and do the best that he can do no matter what, but it was all up to you just not doing bad effectively. For you to seal the deal, and you not only didn't do bad, but you did an amazing job, and you played the smart game. Were you ever really trying to go for an overtake on him, or were you just cool, just hanging back?
I kind of quickly realized that he was probably too fast for me to even overtake him. So I just tried to stick in his DRS and then just stay there for the rest of the race.
Which you followed your strategy brilliantly. I was mentioning to Chiz that in a driver, you can see when they're on like hardcore attack mode because they start turning in like 5 or 10 meters early because they're already thinking about, what they're trying to do at the end of the exit to try to overtake someone at all times. And I never saw you doing that. So I could see in your driving, you were so controlled and just, you knew the math before you walked into the race. You knew just a P2 or P3, if you had the fastest lap P3, but a P2 would get you the win. So that was very smart. I think you did it exactly right. When you saw the qualifying result and you ended up in I think you qualified in third, am I correct?
Yeah.
Did that worry you at all?
I did like a decent lap on lap 2. And then turn 1 on lap 3, I tried to go to like Ohio on turn 1. So that was like 6/10 gone in turn 1. And I was like, oh fuck.
That's it.
And I mean, P3 is still good because I had to finish P2. And I knew I had the race pace to do that. So. But yeah, I knew I just had to do the race and then I would be chilling, which I managed to do just fine.
Yeah, the way you finished off was gorgeous, and that was very controlled, very calm. I'm impressed. Chiz, do you have any questions for Zerky? I don't want to keep talking over everybody.
I don't. Congratulations, man. Really, it's fully deserved. It really is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Chiz, I'm gonna be honest with you, Zerky. Chiz was was rooting for you for this race, and I said I think Ruben's got it for the race, but honestly, at the end of the day, it didn't really matter who had it for the race because the championship with the big crown went to you. Is this your first championship in PSGL?
It's my first season in PSGL. So yes.
Okay. What a debut
Damn.
season. Congratulations. Never even reserved or anything?
Nope.
All right. Well, last season's PSGL F6 champion ended up in F4, and I believe after today's race, Chiz, am I correct? He finished 4th place in the championship, correct?
Yes.
Rishon
You
did,
are.
yeah. So, Zerky,
Think so.
we'll see you in F4 next season if the statistician or if the stats continue.
Lovely.
Yeah. You honestly performed so great, man. Like your whole season was great. We were talking about,
Yeah.
some results here and there maybe just didn't quite go your way, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it didn't really matter because you dominated. Even your first race was like a little bit slow, but you had the fastest lap, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we knew you were fast from the start. And I'm glad the luck fell your way. And again, congratulations.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Well,
Well
I'm sure we'll see you around and enjoy your little off season before the next season.
Thank you. You too.
We'll see you around, my friend.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, Chiz.
Andrew.
Well, that's
Eli,
it. Yes.
It has been an absolute honor.
Oh, it's been great. It's been so much fun.
It
Oh
has.
man, this is yes. As for those of you guys that are still here, this is going to be the last PSGL race that I get to commentate. But it has been an absolute pleasure to be.
I hope
your host
you
for F6.
return.
I'm sure
I
at
hope you
some
ever get
point.
some free time.
I'm sure at some point it might happen. Professionalism and job and changing industries has made me have to take a step away for a little bit. But at the same time, I know it's for the better, and I know it just means that my motorsports presence will be spreading. So
I see you commentating F1 instead.
I don't know about full score F1, but you never know about some other stuff. So I can't say thank you enough to PSGL as an organization, to Jessica, our commentary coordinator, to Connor, the owner of PSGL, like everybody who's given me an opportunity to be here and show my skills and talk my talk and basically just scream about race cars going around in a funny circle on a video game. I've had the best time ever doing it, and this has been by far the most just exceptional commentary experience I've gotten to have, and I'm just very grateful. So thank you to everybody, and thank you so much to you, Chiz, especially for making
Thank
it
you.
not just a house but a home of commentary. You have been the best host that I could have ever asked for to be alongside. So thank you a ton.
Thank you. I'm gonna start crying in a minute.
It's been awesome.
It
Well,
is,
for those of
it
you
is.
guys, that are watching, I don't want to make you guys get the waterworks as well. I'll go ahead and let you all go. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in again.
Thank you
for
so much.
our season 6 finale here, or season 32 finale in PSGL 6. And we can't wait to see you again next season. I'll be in chats and hanging out, and having a good time. And again, Chiz, thank you so much. Let's send it off. And thank you so much to GT Omega and all of our sponsors here at PSGL.
Oh yeah.
You guys
Williams
are awesome.
Esports, all of them.
Everybody, yes. Let's go
Thank
ahead and
you.
give some love to them, and we'll see y'all later. Everybody keep making the world a better place. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
This broadcast was brought to you by GT Omega, proudly supporting PSGL.